Hey everybody! In this video we're going to take a look at yet another bootleg, imagine that. This time we're going to talk about Final Fight 3 on the NES. Yeah, that's right, Final Fight 3. One of my favorite beat-em-ups of all time actually got an NES port. And in 1998 to boot, one of the best years in gaming history. Once again, our friends over at Hammer Team are behind this port. And they did a wonderful job. Now, Final Fight 3 for the NES is one of the best looking games on the system. For comparison, this is Final Fight 3 on the SNES, or in my case Final Fight Tough, the Japanese version. This is Final Fight 3 for the NES. Now visually, Final Fight 3 on the NES sports some exceptionally highly detailed sprites and backgrounds. However, this comes at a cost because, while big and well animated, the sprites are, I guess, composed of many little sprites, and this results in quite a lot of sprite flicker. Now this doesn't bother me personally, however I know that some people really hate it. When it comes to level variety, and as we already said, visuals, the game is absolutely stunning. There are many different levels, and graphically and artistically, they're absolutely superb. From the way colors are being combined, you have beautiful orange tones combined with greens or blue and whites. There's definitely a lot of artistic talent that has gone behind this game. The sprites are very well animated, and each of their special moves has different distinctive animations, and it affects enemies differently. So this is very interesting to see. What really is a problem though, because I guess the sprites are so highly detailed, or maybe they just couldn't do it any better, you can only have 2 enemies on screen at a time and your playable character, and that alone is enough to make everything flicker like crazy. Now there's one thing about NES beat-em-ups that always bothered me, even the ones that I really love, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ones and Mighty Final Fight. They all have issues with collision. They're not awful by any means, they're still great games, but they lack that special something that makes arcade beat-em-ups and SNES and Genesis beat-em-ups so impactful. Surprisingly enough, Hammer Team somehow managed to do that pretty darn well on the NES port of Final Fight 3. Somehow the punches you deliver are very nice, satisfying and impactful, unlike those of other beat-em-ups on the platform. This alone makes this game stand out from the rest of the games of this genre on the NES. All 4 characters from the original SNES version of Final Fight 3 are playable, and they're all fairly distinctive. Now I can't tell if their strength levels differ, but their movesets definitely do, which is very impressive for a bootleg unlicensed game, and they all control very well. The game offers several difficulty levels, which I honestly don't know if they make any difference, because from what I can tell, the enemies are generally very quick and easy to die. However, the bosses in this game are absolutely terribly designed. They have so much health. They're just hit sponges. I don't know what to call them. They're awful. Overall, Final Fight 3, regardless of difficulty levels, is a very easy game. The music is actually very well done. It's very close to what the original melodies are like. So that's very impressive for an NES. Or NES compatible devices. As you know, these games were released on the Famicloms. I think overall this is a very good artistically done package. However, it had a lot more work to be done when it comes to gameplay. So should you play this game? Should you check it out? Of course you should. I mean, this is a technological achievement on the NES that really deserves to be played on NES or compatible NES hardware. And if you can play it on a CRT TV or use a good CRT filter that would make the graphics really pop and make them look as good as they were intended to by the developers, I think you should definitely give the game a try. I don't know, I guess not many people even knew about this release. I know I didn't back in the day. And it was kind of way past its prime. Like, maybe if it released 2 years earlier, yeah, it would have done better. But it's still a very impressive thing to know that it released. It's a very impressive game, and I think that I'm glad I actually got to experience it on real hardware, honestly. As a fan of the original, for whatever reason, I sometimes go for actually playing this version of the game now, because I just love how surreal it feels and how weird it feels to play Final Fight 3 on an NES. It's just something very unique to me. So yeah, definitely check this game out, give it a shot, see if you're not bored of it, because it's a simple beat 'em up and it's even more simplified on the NES, but it works very well.